You're all victor because statistically, you didn't have a chance of getting in. You had a snowball's chance in hell getting into dental school, you know. Brian Baliwas opened a scratch fee-for-service practice in downtown San Francisco. And then Payman Razy opened a scratch fee-for-service practice in 2018 in Nashville, Tennessee. And I want you to hear their stories. And I want you to hear what they did. But one thing you need to understand, Naren, as these doctors, as Lincoln and Brian and Payman talk to their colleagues, you know, hey, Dr. So I'm thinking of opening up a fee-for-service practice in Orange County, is something Lincoln Parker would have said. Guess what everyone told him? What do you think everyone told him?
It's not possible.
You can't do this. His banker told him you can't do this. His accountant told him he couldn't do this. The attorney told him he couldn't do this. Same thing happened with Brian Baliwas. Same thing happened with Payman Razy. Well, they were the scientists. The naysayers were the scientists that told the world that nobody could run less than a 4-minute mile.
Right.
And it only took one person to prove that. You know, and that one person proved that scientists wrong. Well, in the analogy of our profession, these three dentists are simply three of many who they were, you know, they actually reacted differently. So think about it, Naren. Let's go back to the title: victim or victor. So what could have they assumed? It would have been logical to assume the position of a victim. Oh, well, I guess it was a bad idea. You know, I mean, I really wanted to do it, but everyone's telling me I can't do it. I guess that's just a bad idea. I guess I got no choice other than to be a PPO dentist. But they didn't do that. They actually said two words. All three of them said two words: watch me. Watch me. And what's that? Is that victim or victor perspective?
It's Victor.
That's Victor.
It's the same kid who said, watch me, and got into dental school, right? So I guess that
You-
kid was
you-
in there.
You're all victor because statistically, you didn't have a chance of getting in. You had a snowball's chance in hell getting into dental school. You know, you're victors. You're victors. And you just have to flip that switch because you do have a choice. You know, one of the coolest things about being in the United States is we have freedom of choice. You can choose your path. There are no rules, there are no laws, there are no regulations that say you cannot reduce insurance dependence in your practice. You can absolutely do that. So think about it, doctor. Do you want to be a victim or do you want to be a victor? I know, intuitively what the answer is to that. I know intuitively you've got it in you to be a victor because you've already been that. You've already been there, done that. You've done it throughout your career. You got into dental school. You survived dental school. You passed the boards. You got to a position where you own your practice. That's even getting into the elite of the elite, Naren.
Yes.
Just being a dentist, you're in that top 4 or 5% intellectually. But now owning a practice, it elevates you even further. You are innately victors. And I want to share that message. I strongly encourage you, go to the link, the links that we're sharing, the interviews with Lincoln Parker, Brian Baliwas, and Payman Razy, and just drink in their stories and have those stories, kind of filed away in the back of your mind. Thank you so much for watching this YouTube video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to click like. The full podcast episode link is below. Be sure to click that if you'd like to listen to the entire podcast episode. And most importantly, be sure to ring the bell to subscribe. That means every time we upload a new episode, you'll be the first to be notified. Thanks so much.